I'd like to show you something that I think is really magical. I have two keys that I keep separate from all of my other keys because these two particular keys have a very magical potensity about them. I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. I'd like for you to notice also that my sleeves are rolled up so that the keys cannot go up my sleeve. You know that, so hopefully what you're about to see will look even more magical to you. As magical to you as it feels magical to me. Because I'm going to take one of the keys, I'm going to give it a little bit of a squeeze, a little bit of a rub like that, a little tap, and the key disappears. Doesn't go very far. If you rub it over there, it comes back because the keys are inseparable. Doesn't matter where you place the keys. Sometimes I'll place one of them in my pocket, rub the other key on the outside, and of course that key always comes back because the keys are inseparable. There is a way to separate the keys though. You can use a little bit of magic. It looks like this. If you hold them at your fingertips, watch my fingertips. Watch my fingertips here and over here. Because one of the keys will jump right across. Did you see it go? Happens faster than the eye can follow. If you place one key in your pocket over here, leaving me with only one key. A little snap of the fingers, and of course that key disappears. Doesn't really disappear. You know it has to go someplace, right? That's right, it always travels to the pocket. That's the first key. There's the second key. Two keys. They are totally inseparable. Key number one, key number two. Two keys. So inseparable, in fact, that if you take the key tag they came off of and get it close enough, the keys will actually jump right back onto that key tag, as if by magic. Or is it really magic? Because you can now take the keys off of that key tag. Thank you for watching. The props needed to perform key fly would be two key tags, which you can buy at any office supply store. I bought mine at actually at Ace Hardware, believe it or not, in their key section. These two keys are regular keys, nothing fancy about them, that are connected to the tag. And because I needed a way to hide the keys in position like this behind the tag, so that if you look at it from the front, it looks as though there's no keys upon that tag, but if you wanted to magically make them appear to link upon keys in your hand, all you'd have to do is drop them from behind and they would fall down. Well, I needed a holder to keep these keys in position, just like that. So I basically took just a little box, put some foam rubber in there, I slid it with a knife, put a magnet on the bottom, because inside my case over here there's another magnet to hold this box in place tightly. You can then slip these into the slot like that, so it makes it easy to reach and pick everything up and keep those keys hidden behind that tag. Like I mentioned, inside of my case I have a magnet also, so that whenever the box is placed on the inside, it adheres in place and it makes it easy for me to reach in and grab and pull those keys out whenever I need to. Simply a simple holder to hold the tag and the two keys. The other gimmicks consist of one key with a bolt, a machine screw I should say, I guess, going through it. It's the hole in the key is about a 1/32. I drilled a hole also in another key, 1/32 hole, so that if the keys are placed together just like that, they'll actually spin around, making it easy to perform your vanishes and appearances. Making it easy to perform a fake placement into the hand as it goes into finger palm position, or for that matter a reappearance by simply gesturing outward, and this key will swivel right back into place. Just a little bit of momentum gets it right back fast and easy. Here we have the gimmick key with the bolt going through it, and here we have the key with the hole going through it. Once they're together, the bolt that goes through is actually on my thumb. The head of the bolt is on my fingertips, by my fingertips. I keep the keys in this position with the end of the bolt on my thumb and the head of the bolt by my fingertips, because for me it allows these keys to fall very, very freely, so that you can create the illusion that you placed one of the keys in your hand, but it's actually, it just swiveled down and is being hidden by your fingers. So again, you come over, you pretend to place it in your hand. You want to practice this so you can make it look as though the key really did go in your hand. When you get proficient with this, and it's very easy to do, I'll do it one more time, very easy to do, you can then reproduce the key. To produce the key, all you're doing is opening your fingers a little bit and allowing that key to swivel all the way up as you gesture outward. Now the outward gesture is going to help that key swivel back up. Last but not least, you need one more regular key, which is going to be placed in your left pants pocket. I'd like to mention that the gimmick key with the machine screw through it and the hole, these two keys go on the key tag from the very beginning, and these two keys go inside of your close-up case right alongside the other set of keys, which are secured in the foam container, so when you extract those. Let's take a look at the routine from the beginning, from the front view. Okay, here's a brief rundown of how the props are set up now that you know what all the gimmicks consist of. First of all, in my left pocket I have a regular key. Inside my close-up case I have the key tag with the two keys hidden behind it for the production, and they're inside the holder that keeps them in the right position, which you already know about. Also in the close-up case I have another duplicate tag with the key that has the little bolt going through it right there, as you can see, and the other key that has a small hole going through it so that bolt can go through the hole and they can swing back and forth. Anyway, these are inside the case also. So to start the routine, you bring the two keys out, the one with the bolt and the hole in it, but you jingle them so they can't see or get a good vision that there's a bolt or a hole going through those keys. If you just bring them out, keep them in motion, no one's going to know anything because you hold them inside your hand as you take them off the key tag. So you remove them from the key tag, talking about their magical potency. Place the key tag back into the case. You then position the key with the bolt going through it in my left hand. The right hand has the key with the hole going through it. So as I place them together, I place the hole right through the bolt so that I can now let one pivot down, as you see here. So if it pivots down, it looks as if it goes into your hand. And if you gesture outward, it will actually reappear because it just swings right back into position. So I basically show the two keys, show nothing up my sleeve, place the bolt through the hole. I tell them I'm going to squeeze one of the keys. You perform the move where the key just simply swings down. You make it disappear on your arm. You rub it on the other arm, and this time the key is going to swing back into position. You rub it, gesture outward, and it comes into position so it reappears. You do that one more time, but this time, as you pretend to place it in your hand, it's going to swing down, remember? As you go to place it in your hand, you place it in your hand, the empty hand goes to the pocket and grabs that key in your pocket. You then rub the key that's visible on the outside of the pocket and let the other hidden key swing back into position for the reappearance, and it came back. At this point, you're going to pull this key. You have one key in your hand. You're going to pull this key, just drag it straight down as if you're removing it, but you show the other key in your hand. You now have two keys. You state that there is a way to separate the keys by using a little bit of magic. Now what you're going to do is you're going to pretend to pick up this key and place it next to this one. But actually nothing's going to happen. You're simply going to let this key that's hanging down secretly come back up into position like that. So you have two keys. one secretly hidden. You're going to pretend to place this key into this hand, so you just come over, you do nothing, let the key inside your hand swing back around. You actually pull it up with this hand. You're just pulling that key up. You pretend to pick it up, but you pull up the other key, just like that. So you have two keys. There is a way to separate these keys, you tell them. You pretend to place it back into the other hand. Now you secretly have a key hidden here, and these two keys are the two that have the hole and the bolt going through them, so you can do the swing move once again. So you have just pretended to pick up this key, just like that. You tell them to watch the keys at your fingertips. If you turn your hand all the way around, it's going to make it easy for this key to just drop into your palm as you turn your hand over, turn your wrist over. So you tell them to watch the two keys at your fingertips. You turn your hand around, the wrist around. You say, also watch these fingertips, keeping that key hidden in a finger palm up here, almost like a Ramsey subtlety. Watch your fingertips here, watch the fingertips here, and you simply let this key pivot into your palm as you produce this key with your thumb. You're simply taking the key and pushing it out with your thumb. So it looks like this. Let's backtrack a little bit. We have two keys. There is a way to keep these keys separate from one another. That's by using a little bit of magic. Watch. Two keys at my fingertips. Watch my fingertips here and watch my fingertips over here as one of the keys travels across. And it gives the illusion that the key traveled. Again, you have one key hidden over here. You're going to place both of these keys in your pocket, but you're going to separate them. They're easily separated by just pushing with your thumb. You put one in your pocket, the second one in your pocket. You come out empty. These keys are now separated, so that later on you can go in and find that one key without the bolt attached to it. You come out of your pocket, show the one key here, and perform an up version of a French drop. You come over, place it into your palm to get a good retention of vision on that key. You snap twice. The key's automatically in thumb palm when you do this sleight. So it looks like this again. There's the key. A little snap. The key vanishes. You simply brush your hand once, keeping this key thumb palm. Brush your hand on the back, and once again on the front. But this time just let the key fall into your finger palm position. Nothing tricky about it. Nothing difficult about it. You simply snap your fingers, the key vanishes, you make a brushing motion, it disappears. Now you go into your pocket and pretend to take a key out, because that's apparently where that key vanished to. You pretend to have something in your hand, you actually have the key over here. You take that pretend of something and place it in your hand and pick that key back up. So it looks like you just took the key out of your pocket. Then you come back for the second key and you're ready for the finale. Two keys. And totally inseparable. You reach into your close-up case and you get the key tag with the keys hidden behind it. I'll turn this around and you can see that the keys are hidden behind it. But when you pull them out of the container that's holding these keys in position, you can pull them out and it looks very innocent. Watch the key tag, watch the keys, and if you get them close enough together, all you're doing is keeping the keys in your hand and dropping these from behind the key tag. Keeping these in your hand and dropping them from behind the key tag. And if you time it together, it looks as though you reached into your case, you took out the key tag, and if you time this just right, it looks as though you've reached into your case, taking your key tag out. You have two keys here, and you just touch it together, and those keys will jump magically onto that tag. Remember, the keys are still finger palmed, so I keep them finger palmed, and I'm very bold about it. I keep them finger palmed and transfer to the other hand, and then I drop my hand to my side, keeping it well out of their vision, as I hand the key tag with the keys on it for them to take off and to examine.